6:47, time for the morning rush. An Albuquerque man who has a history of terrorizing his neighbors, according to police, is now facing charges once again following a recent SWAT standoff. APD says 40-year-old Michael Salas entered Anthony Nichogi's apartment while fleeing from them. Nichogi says that he repeatedly asked Salas to leave until finally turning and getting his gun. Salas ran off but was later arrested after a SWAT standoff.
A judge came down hard on a teenager convicted for his part in a deadly car theft. Prosecutors say in December 2023, then 16-year-old Zane Dougherty was with the group breaking into a car in Southwest Albuquerque driveway. When the homeowner, Adrian Vallejos, confronted them, a member of the group shot and killed him. The judge ruled Dougherty will remain behind bars until he turns 21.
A Doña Ana County Sheriff's deputy killed in a crash while on duty is set to be honored later this week. Deputy Antonio Aleman died in the line of duty on July the 8th after being involved in a crash with a semi-truck on I-10. His funeral service is now scheduled for this Thursday. Ryan.
And a little bit hazy in southeastern New Mexico because of high humidity. We're seeing that as well in Angel Fire. Roswell right now, mid to upper level clouds and some fog in parts of Eddy County near Carlsbad. 68 in Roswell, 75% humidity. Thunderstorms are likely, especially later this week.
The Albuquerque Police Department says its horse-mounted officers are making a big impact in combating crime downtown. APD says the unit has made 48 arrests so far this year. They say you can expect to see the horse-mounted unit at other events around the city like the State Fair and Balloon Fiesta.
A Ventana Ranch playground has some brand new improvements this morning following a completion of a renovation project. The City of Albuquerque's Parks and Rec Department replaced or even refurbished the Pinon Point Park playground steps, platforms, and side panels, and even installed a new double slide. The project was paid for with funding that was set aside for parks within District 5.
The town of Red River says it's working to enhance visitors' experience thanks to a grant from the state. The town has been awarded $40,634 from the tourism department. Officials say that money will be used to install 5 interactive digital information kiosks around town, giving visitors real-time access to maps, events, local business listings, emergency alerts, and more. Ryan.
Monsoonal thunderstorms daily for at least the next several days, especially all the way through Saturday. Now today, slightly more storms, but mostly hotter. Tomorrow we'll see an uptick in storms in the Rio Grande Valley, especially more likely on Thursday. That's when we'll see temperatures drop. Thursday will be the rainiest of the week, and then hotter and drier later in the weekend.
One Ruidoso resident is now looking to reunite some priceless items that were found in the debris of last week's flooding with their owner. Janae Van Swal says that her neighbor found a book full of family photos and framed portraits that washed up onto her property. Now Van Swal is now trying to find the family, posting the findings on Facebook and hoping for leads. If you recognize any of the photos right there or the people in them, you can reach out on the Ruidoso Community Support Facebook page.
The newest class of Albuquerque community safety responders are ready to serve the city this morning. These trained professionals will respond to mental and behavioral health crisis, connecting people with care while also freeing up police and EMS. There were 13 graduates in the class. They completed weeks of academy instruction and 240 hours of on-the-job training to reach that milestone.
One New Mexico college is now looking to get young people interested in a career that's in social work with a new summer program. New Mexico Highlands University partnered with a group called Future Focused Education to offer the program aimed at getting students interested in behavioral health care. This comes as federal data shows that New Mexico is facing a shortage of social workers, and it needs about 70 more health providers to meet the demand for services. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic, it's getting a little bit busier around the Big I, around the construction areas, but no major accidents, no slowdowns. Taking a look at Tracker, heading north on I-25 near Central. Higher volume, but traffic is still moving along mostly pretty well with that beautiful sunrise scene. And more traffic updates to come later today.
In San Francisco, 3-legged dogs and their owners met at the Marina Green for their annual picnic. The event had activities like a dog trick and tell, prizes without contests, and a blessing for the dogs and their owners. About 90 tripod dogs attended the event. It is now in its 16th year.
And time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, the newest class of Albuquerque community safety responders are ready to serve the city this morning. A graduation ceremony was held yesterday at the Albuquerque Museum. These trained professionals will respond to mental and behavioral health crisis, connecting people with the care they need while also freeing up police and EMS. There were 13 graduates in the class. They completed weeks of academy instruction and 240 hours of on-the-job training to reach the milestone.
At number 4, Ventana Ranch Playground has some brand new improvements this morning. That's following the completion of a renovation project. The City of Albuquerque's Parks and Rec Department replaced or refurbished the Pinon Point Park playground steps, platforms, and side panels, along with installing a new double slide. The city says that the project was paid for with more than $15,000 in funding that was set aside by City Councilor Dan Lewis for the parks within District 5.
And at number 3, monsoonal thunderstorms slowly on the increase, mostly in the mountains today. Fewer storms today in southeastern New Mexico, more storms in the Gila National Forest and the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Four Corners high pressure system will start to move into Texas. A low pressure system in Baja California will move away. That will allow for a southerly flow of upper level winds and moisture. Very warm in the short term, stormier and cooler in the longer term.
At number 2, the Albuquerque Police Department says that its horse-mounted officers are making a big impact in combating crime downtown. APD says that the unit has made 48 arrests so far this year. The unit patrols with 4 to 6 horses at a time, each with a training officer. APD says you can expect to see the horse-mounted units at other events around the city.
And at number 1 this morning, an Albuquerque man who has a history of terrorizing his neighbors is once again facing charges following a recent standoff. Yesterday, Albuquerque police say 40-year-old Michael Salas broke into another home, led police on a car chase, and then fled on foot before entering Nikogi's apartment. Nikogi, who is in a wheelchair, says he repeatedly asked Salas to leave until finally turning to get his gun and getting out of his wheelchair, commanding Salas to leave. APD says Salas was found next door and on the roof and was arrested after a SWAT standoff. This isn't his first run-in with the law. Back in 2015, News 13 showed you video of then 29-year-old Salas breaking into a home near Louisiana and Comanche.